There's a big army of about 100,000 men strong that nobody's heard of. That's quite a considerable army, 100,000. According to some, it's 85. According to some, it's 125. But let's say 100 is good for our purposes here. 100,000 man strong army, trained and equipped by who? The United States of America. And this has been going on for probably about a decade or so, give or take a little. And there is also the Israeli support for that army. What is this army called and where is it? This army is in northern Syria. And this army is made up of Kurdish Syrian citizens. It's entirely Kurdish. No mixed race, no mixed religion, no mixed nationality. They are a Kurdish army. And what are they called? Now I have to read from here. Syrian Democratic Forces. Except that they are, and I'll read this out loud, called the YPJ. And this in Kurdish is called the People's Protection Units. And they're still called a militia, except that they're not a militia. This is an army, 100,000 strong army that's protecting certain borders, and that's going to be used as a way to force a direct connection with Israel. That's one of their designated targets. They're already there, they're strong, they're fighting the Syrian National Army and other groups in that region. They're calling for federalism, and they want to connect their part of the world in northern Syria, to Israel. Now, Israel is also slowly moving up from the south of Syria, and they want to establish a corridor whereby the Israeli forces will be able to take under control, starting with Iran and also other groups of interest in the region. The second major target is to connect the Syrian Kurdish population with the Iraqi Kurdish population and the Iranian Kurdish population in order to establish one large Kurdistan. That's why this army has been set up. Now, they still don't have an air force. I think they might have helicopters, or the US may be providing those services for them. They don't have a navy. They don't need one because they're landlocked. But they have everything else in the form of mechanized infantry, modern weapons. They have excellent training. And this is 100,000 people ready to march in. Now, once you have an army of 100,000, you can do a lot. And once you're confronted by an army of 100,000, you have to take certain measures and precautions, because that army, that size army, they can roll all over you. So this is the 100,000 strong Kurdish YPJ army that nobody's heard of, but that has been built up by the United States and by Israel for those two purposes. The Syrian government, which has also been established through American help and Israeli help, they have asked the YPJ 100,000 man strong army to come and join the Syrian National Army so that they can be brothers in arms and protect themselves against external forces. At the beginning, the YPJ army reluctantly agreed, although they did make some exclusions to certain things, that they would be conscripted individually, not as a block. And they would all serve in the same location and under certain terms. So basically, not giving anything away and having the Syrian national government pay for their expenses. Now, here we come. How do you feed? How do you equip? How do you take care of an army of 100,000? You need money. Pesetas, dinaros, dollars. And that is coming from somewhere. Now guess where that money is coming from, baby? Just guess. I think you know the answer to that. So, there's a lot of new happenings and there's a lot of things that's going to happen in Syria. And unfortunately, none of them good.